Melody Holt has built her image as the strong, independent woman who rose from betrayal and heartbreak to boss status. But Marsau Scott says that's only half the story. In a shocking revelation, Marsau is pulling back the curtain, claiming Melody isn't as innocent as she pretends. Is this the moment fate exposes the truth behind the drama? Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear will completely change the way you see Melody Holt forever. Now, if you've been following Love and Marriage Huntsville, then you already know the roller coaster of drama that never seems to stop between Marsau Scott, Melody Hall, and, of course, Martell. For years, Melody has been positioned as the fan favorite. The woman who overcame betrayal, took her power back, and showed millions of women that strength and resilience could win. But Marsau isn't buying it. And in recent interviews and heated moments on the show, he started exposing what he claims are the cracks in Melody's carefully polished image. In this video, we're diving deep into Marsau's accusations against Melody, the history of their rocky relationship on and off the screen, and the real reasons Marsau feels she's been playing the victim card. From jaw-dropping behind-the-scenes drama to moments that never made it to air, we're pulling it all together so you can see the bigger picture for yourself. And trust me, you won't want to miss this, because by the end, you'll be asking the same question everyone else is. Is Melody really the hero of this story? Or is Marsau finally exposing the side of her that fans were never supposed to see? Grab a seat, because we're breaking this down in sections so you can follow every twist and turn of this drama. Let's get into it. To truly understand why Marsau Scott has chosen this moment to call out Melody Hall, we need to go back, way back to the roots of their dynamic on Love and Marriage Huntsville. From the very beginning, Marsau and Melody were never exactly best friends. Fact, their relationship has often been defined by tension, subtle shade, and not-so-subtle confrontations. It all started when Melody and Martell's marriage began to publicly unravel on the show. At the time, Marsau positioned himself as somewhat of an outsider, someone who watched the drama between Melody and Martell unfold without getting too involved. But fans quickly noticed that Marsau had plenty of opinions about Melody, and Melody, in turn, had no problem firing back at him. One of the earliest signs of trouble came when Melody began questioning Marsau's loyalty to his own wife, Letitia. She accused Marsau of disrespecting Letitia on camera. And fans remember vividly how Melody never shied away from implying that Marsau might not be the most faithful husband. Now, whether those comments had any truth behind them or not, what they did was spark a feud that's lasted years. Melody and Marsau became two people who simply could not see eye to eye, no matter the situation. But here's where it gets interesting. While Melody was positioning herself as a woman betrayed and wronged by Martell's infidelity, Marsau began making little comments that hinted at something deeper. He suggested on more than one occasion that Melody wasn't always as innocent as she wanted the world to believe. Those moments may have seemed small back then, but now, with Marsau openly exposing what he claims are Melody's hidden flaws, those early hints feel like foreshadowing. What makes their history even more complicated is the fact that Melody and Letitia, Marsau's wife, have also had a long-standing feud. This put Marsau directly in the line of fire, because anytime Melody and Letitia went head-to-head, Marsau was inevitably pulled into the drama. Fans often debated, was Marsau defending his wife, or was he just using those moments to take shots at Melody himself? Either way, the result was the same. More tension, more arguments, and more hostility brewing between them. And here's where the real twist comes in. Marsau's latest comments about Melody aren't just random digs. They're part of a long, messy history of back-and-forths, where both sides have accused the other of lies, manipulation, and betrayal. But what exactly is Marsau accusing Melody of now? And why does he feel the need to expose her? This is where things start to get explosive. Marsau Scott has never been known to bite his tongue, but this time, the weight of his words is heavier than ever. In a recent confrontation, Marsau turned the tables on Melody Hall. calling her out in a way that left fans speechless. According to Marsau, Melody has spent years carefully crafting an image of herself as the victim, the betrayed wife, the strong single mother, the woman rising above the chaos. But in Marsau's eyes, that image is nothing more than smoke and mirrors. Let's break this down. Marsau claims that while Melody was pointing the finger at Martel for his infidelity and throwing shade at Marsau's own marriage, she wasn't being fully transparent about her own role in the drama. He suggests that Melody wasn't always as pure-hearted as she appeared on camera, and that she manipulated situations behind the scenes to keep the spotlight shining on her narrative. Think about it. On Love and Marriage Huntsville, Melody has often been portrayed as the strong, independent woman who walked away from Martel's betrayal with her head held high. She's built a powerful brand off that identity, becoming a voice for women who faced similar struggles. But Marsau is essentially asking fans to take a step back and question, is Melody really as blameless as she seems? Or has she been hiding a darker side to the story? One of the sharpest accusations Marsau has made is that Melody thrives on controlling the narrative. He implies that she knows exactly how to play the cameras, how to get the audience on her side, and how to keep herself at the center of every major storyline. Marcelo even hinted that Melody has no problem throwing other cast members under the bus as long as it benefits her image and keeps her brand untarnished. Now, for longtime fans of the show, this isn't the first time Marsau has made about Melody's behavior. In past seasons, he suggested that Melody instigates drama even when she claims to be above it all. But this latest clash feels different. Instead of subtle shade, Marcelo is going all-in, practically saying outright, Melody, you're not who you say you are. And here's where it gets even more shocking. Marcelo didn't just stop at questioning her motives on the show. He's also alluded to Melody's personal decisions, choices that, according to him, don't always align with the perfect role model persona she promotes publicly. He hasn't dropped every detail yet, but the way he framed his words left fans buzzing with speculation. What is Marsau holding back? What secrets does he believe Melody is hiding? The fallout from these accusations has been massive. Social media lit up with debates almost instantly. Team Melody fans rushed to defend her, saying Marsau has always had it out for her because she challenges him and his marriage. But Marsau supporters argued that maybe, just maybe, he's finally saying what others on the cast have been too afraid to admit. And here's the kicker. Marsau teased that there's more he hasn't revealed yet. He made it clear that if pushed, he's willing to peel back even more layers of Melody's innocent act. Which begs the question, what else does Marsau know? And is Melody really prepared for the fallout if he decides to let it all out? But before we dig deeper into what might be hiding behind Marsau's bold claims, we need to talk about the timing. Why now? Why is Marcelo exposing Melody in this way at this exact moment? The answer to that may be even more revealing than the accusations themselves. One of the biggest questions swirling around this explosive drama is why now? Marsau Scott has been dealing with tension and shade from Melody Holt for years. Yet suddenly he's coming out swinging with accusations that could shatter her carefully built image. So, why has Marsau chosen this exact moment to go public with his claims? First, let's take a closer look at the bigger picture. Love and marriage. Huntsville thrives on drama, and every season seems to push cast members to reveal more and more of themselves. But this season, things feel different. The stakes are higher, the feuds are nastier, and with the cameras rolling, every word said becomes amplified to millions of viewers across social media platforms. Marsau knows this, okay? And it's possible he's using the timing strategically. One theory fans have raised is that Marsau feels cornered. Melody has been vocal about her issues with Marsau and his wife, Letitia Scott, for quite some time. She's questioned the strength of their marriage, hinted at infidelity rumors, and even suggested that Marsau hasn't always been truthful. For Marsau, who's always tried to keep control of his narrative, that kind of ongoing shade may have reached a breaking point by exposing Melody. Now he flips the script. Instead of being on the defensive, he takes control of the narrative and places Melody in the hot seat. Another angle to consider is Melody's growing success outside of the show. Over the last couple of years, Melody has built her own empire. From music to business ventures to becoming a social media powerhouse. She's not just Arieletti TV personality anymore. She's a brand. And with that brand comes influence. Marsau may feel that Melody's rising power is becoming a threat not only to him, but to the balance of the cast dynamics. By speaking out against Third, he could be trying to level the playing field, ensuring that fans don't see her as untouchable. And then there's the personal side of things.